Hello and welcome back to the Colony with Man and the Antz. Today we're taking a quick look at Space Explore. So first of all, I should say a massive thank you to the devs for providing a key so I could take a look at the game. This is out today, all being well. If the video is out at the right time, it's out today, out and available. So go and check it out for something you're interested in. Or as always, links are in the descriptions. So as you may have guessed, this is a game about space. And as you can see, we have 4 different missions going from the Takeoff, exploring the space station, a spacewalk, and the landing as well. That's the one I'm kind of interested in. I've seen Takeoff things before. I think there was back in the early days of VR, before the consumer headsets were out. I'm sure there was a Takeoff, like an Apollo 11 or something like that thing, where you sat in the aircraft and took off. I don't recall seeing a landing though, so that one could be very interesting. Obviously, we should start off with Takeoff because, you know, start at the beginning and all that, right? So I am obviously using the Valve Index. It's giving me the HTC Vive controller mappings, but there are very little controls. There's a rotate on the trackpad, which the Index controllers do have. Obviously, it's slightly different to that. But the Index is supported. It does say on the store page. So we have a fairly basic... Oh, hello.
We're heading for a planned liftoff on the shuttle at 9 a.m. Greenwich Mean Time. The prime crew for this mission are getting into their final preparations and donning their space suits.
I feel very tall.
10 minutes to reach the launch control center.
I'm here in the firing room. We've loaded more than 750,000 gallons of liquid oxygen and liquid hydrogen aboard the 3 stages.
We are receiving confirmation that the astronauts have reached the launch complex. These are 2 individuals who will go up to the 300-foot level at the pad itself, where the spacecraft hatch is located.
Okay.
The command module was opened up 10 minutes ago to conduct preliminary checks.
This is the mission launch center. D-minus 3 hours, 0 minutes.
I would like the transitions to be a little smoother, I think. There was several just click, click, click transitions there, which can be a little disorientating in VR.
The astronauts are aboard.
Like, I don't even know where I'm supposed to be looking half the time.
Executing a check of the crisis management system.
We're in good shape, Command Center. Conducting a guidance system check.
Roger that.
I feel like the voice's volume could be a little higher as well.
Roger that.
So those astronauts are going to walk up some stairs there. How do they get from there into the space shuttle?
Now coming up on the 49-minute mark before takeoff, our capsule commander is in place for safety precautions.
The propellant levels are stable. Over.
That weird, very angular corner over there looks quite terrible, to be honest. It doesn't look so bad with the distance stuff, with the trees and everything.
We are checking out various batteries.
Quite basic, but it looks okay. But that very square corner looks quite odd.
Service modular CSFCS primary propellant tank, B, C, and D. Open and release.
All right. Verify your secondary and tertiary grays.
Roger.
Maybe don't also slam my head into an engine.
The temperature is 85 degrees Fahrenheit. The wind 10 knots from the southeast. The sky is clear. Weather conditions are acceptable.
Oh, obviously supposed to be facing this way. Hello.
Perfect.
The astronauts have performed some final switch for stabilization and control system.
Oh, we don't wave? Okay.
The spacecraft is on full internal power of its fuel cells. T-minus 10 minutes.
This is the Launch Operations Manager. The launch team wishes you good luck and Godspeed.
Thank you.
Very much. I'm confident it will be a good one.
Well, you're hoping.
We are go with all the elements of the mission at this time. We are on an automatic sequence as the master computer supervises hundreds of events occurring over the last few minutes.
It's been a real smooth count.
Oh, I'm going to have to step over my cable because I've twisted over that many times.
All the second stage tanks now pressurized.
I do like the music, that kind of uplifting music. It fits very well with what it is.
10, 9, ignition sequence starts. 6, 5,
4, 3, 2, 1. Put me back in the spaceship. Put me in the spaceship. What's going on? Oh my, why are you... I must have been touching something there and causing it to rotate. That must have been me. I know they take a while to get going, but is that realistic speed? Seems to me like your ratios are off. I've played Kerbal Space Simulator. I feel like you should be going faster than that by now. I don't know, maybe that is quite realistic. I assume they did some sort of research into this before they made this. So now we're sat on the rocket, I see. The sky looks nice. I'm always happy with a nice skybox. It does feel like there's a cliff over the side of that square of land or that rectangle of land. Oh, now we're actually in there. Is this what it actually looks like? Are you in two separate capsules?
We're through the region of maximum dynamic pressure now.
This is Command Center.
I don't know if I really looked at the space shuttle or not. I don't think it is it? No, it's... looks like a plane, right? As in, like, it's just like a cockpit. It doesn't... I don't know. I don't know, maybe this is right. Again, I don't know what it looks like. It looks very good. Looks like it's being quite well modelled on something realistic, doesn't it? Lots going on. I wonder if that is actually sort of true to form, if that's what it looks like. So there's a shot behind the spacecraft, although we can't actually see much of anything. I'm assuming this is all... I don't even have any hands. But assuming that sort of white line going around the edge is the edge of the planet. Oh, booster's gone. Yeah, that doesn't... Obviously we can't quite see the cockpit from here, but it doesn't look like what we were sat in just now, does it? I wonder if that was a bit of artistic license. Oh, there's the sun. Don't know why it's kind of so dusty and cloudy ahead of me.
This is Command Center. We'll go in 5 minutes.
So I could barely hear that then. I'm also probably a little low in the seat, I've just realised as well. I feel like my head should be up. But then he's... Oh, 'cause you got your backpack on as well, don't you? Yeah.
Altitude 82 nautical miles.
Oh, we are seeing our first glimpse of space. That's actually quite exciting.
472 feet per second, 3,801 meters per second.
Oh, yeah, I can actually see the planet now. Oh, there we go. Oh, just as I get into space. Yeah, it's like a weird... I don't know if that's supposed to be like a sound barrier type thing. There's the planet. Which looks like just like a very large mountainous forest over there.
Stage 3 shutdown right on time.
And the sun's disappeared behind that nebula, apparently. Is that supposed to be a cloud? Well, you can see the mountains poking through the clouds over there. That's quite cool. I'm just going to press all these buttons. Oh, rotate it again. I'm just going to press all these buttons. Tell me if something starts beeping. If an alarm goes off, I'm just going to hit everything. Oh, and we are rotating for orbit. We've got close to our apoapsis.
This is Mission Center.
Forgot which is which. I have not played enough Kerbal recently, obviously. Yeah, apoapsis and periapsis, right? Periapsis is the lower ones. We got close to our apoapsis. That was some stars moving there. And now we're looking back again on the planet from above, which looks a lot better with a bit more height. The clouds are a little bit low poly, but the actual planet itself looks quite nice there, doesn't it? I'm not sure space looks so nebulae from... well, the sun's over there now. Wasn't that...
Mission complete.
Over there? I don't know. Maybe we just travelled far enough. Yeah, I'm not sure you can see so many nebulae. But then again, I've never seen the naked sky before without... you know, light pollution. So it was good. I feel like there could be several things that could be improved with that. I think I'd probably like 2 options for something like that. I'd like one where you actually inhabit the astronaut from start to finish. You start off in like a green room sort of thing. maybe in a locker room where you actually get changed and then walk along the walkways, get into the spacecraft and sit there ready for the launch. Maybe sort of narrow the time scale down a little bit. You don't want to be sat in there for like an hour waiting for the launch to happen. And then one a bit more like that, which is a bit more like a sort of a visual story that you see. But yeah, graphically it was let down a little bit. Clearly we were not sat in that. That does not look like. You can see in that one a little bit as well. We were not in that cockpit, so I don't know where that came from. Whether that was artistic license, whether it's because there was something maybe it's like a copyright thing that you can't duplicate the shuttle, even though it's not in active use anymore. I don't know. Maybe let down a little bit graphically, let down a little bit by the very artificial voices, the computer-generated voices. Some of them you'd expect maybe to be like that, but I liked a few more actual acted voices, I think. But yeah, interesting. I do like these things. Again, I've said this, every time I do something like this, I say this, but this is what VR is about to me. Games are great, you know. It's wonderful being able to see a game. Who doesn't want to play a game in VR? I'm definitely too short, right?
Computer designed to take care of the space station. Before we induct you into the global space mission, feel free to take a tour around the ship.
Nope, that's just how it works. Oh, it's because I need to fly.
Basics. Feel free to return to this mission to get acquainted. You may proceed now. Thank you.
I don't know if I want to do.
Explore all areas and then return. I have a short test for you before you proceed to the next section. There is a red-colored medical syringe on the deck. Find it and bring it here.
Okay. So I'm assuming this is pretty relatively well modeled on the actual space station. I do move incredibly slowly. You can't grab the walls to move along like you would in something, for example, like Lone Echo. It's the first thing that comes to mind as soon as I'm weightless in space. I want to be able to grab the walls and yank myself forward, much like actual astronauts do as well.
This module is used for station keeping and provides sizable battery power.
It's a bit of a mess if you ask me.
This module is used for station keeping and provides.
So that's what the red ones do.
It supplies initial propulsion
to
the entire station from the solar rays.
Getting stuck on a little bit of the scenery, that's fine. Is the space station really this messy? Which, I mean, that's pure chaos over there. And then we just got like a bunch of cables just randomly hanging around. Would you actually have that? Yeah, movement speed would be the one thing. Even if it's an option, if you have to go into the options to enable a faster one, this is painfully slow. For someone like myself anyway, who is a bit more VR savvy. I'd definitely like an option to do the grab to move around thing. I'm aware that would be a probably monumental amount of work. I don't know what your... You okay? Jim, he's dead. Jim's dead. We've lost Jim. Jim. Nope, he's definitely gone. And now I'm stuck. I'm stuck with Jim. I literally can't move. I'm in the table. Jim, I'm in the table. Jim, oh no, Jim. Oh no, Jim. Jim, this isn't right, Jim. This isn't right. Jim. Oh, no, Jim. Oh, my word. Oh, dear. We're free. We're free, Jim. Jim, come with me. We're free. The table no longer has you in its grasp, does it? Maybe? No, I'm free. Jim. No, he's gone. He's gone. It's too late for Jim. Now, if I recall, there was another game I can think of which did a space station virtual tour. And if I recall correctly, that one come across slightly better than this one, I would say. Because rather than having the floating red cubes, you actually interacted with the equipment and everything, I think, didn't you? Although, I can't remember what it was called or when it was, so maybe I got sort of slightly rose-tinted glasses on with that, who knows? Slightly odd choice to use red as the colour for, click on this for information. It's like, it's not usually the colour you'd associate with that, is it? It looks very nice up here. You know, a lot of the stuff's quite well detailed, a few nice textures and stuff around. I don't know what, is that the toilet? What is this? Don't know. See, I'm pretty sure it showed you like the toilet in that one I was mentioning before. Yeah. They didn't have the launch and the landing and everything like that though, so it was just the space station, I think. I don't know if it was all the space station or just just a section of
The
it.
utility hub provides air and electrical power, water and other systems essential to life
Jim,
support on
you're
the space
okay.
station.
Jim! Jim! Struggling to get through. Jim! No! Jim, what's happened? Where's your chest? Jim! Jim? Jim! Speak to me, Jim. Where are your lungs? Where have your lungs gone? Jim! Jim! Oh, hello. Hold on, Jim. Just a view of Africa, I believe it is, yes. That's like you can see the Nile. That's kind of cool. Which means, yeah, over there, look, there's the UK. Lovely. That's nice. I do like a nice view. Oh my god, Jim. No. Jim. Come back to us, Jim. We can recover from this. You don't need ribs. Do you? So it did say to grab a red syringe from somewhere. I don't know where that was supposed to be. It also said it's going to give us a test, which means I probably should have been listening to all the red cube stuff. It's quite awkward to navigate around certain bits. Like this thing here. I don't know if it's because I'm off-center to where it thinks I should be, but I'm finding it very difficult to move past that bit without a lot of finagling. Finagling. Oh. I don't keep meaning to turn, I do apologise. I think the stick is quite sensitive. No, it's not. I don't know what I'm pressing which is causing that then. I've even got stuck on the door there now.
Here we have the docking port.
Nope.
That can be explore all areas and then return. I have a short test for you before you proceed to the next section. There is a red-colored medical syringe on the deck. Find it and bring it here.
Okay, I didn't see that, and it's taken me 20 minutes to move around, so I think we'll probably just quit to the menu at that point. Let's pop back to missions. Let's go to Spacewalk. This one, these last two are the ones I think I'm probably most excited about. Apologies if there's any noise there. My hair had managed to get in between my eye and the lens, which was obviously quite uncomfortable. India. Hello, India. Please be India. Don't make me out to be a liar.
The first thing you'll be doing is finishing the battery upgrades on node
It is
module
India,
1.
right?
Use the thrusters to move around the truss slowly. Keep a check on your fuel as you move around. Good luck.
I've somehow made it worse by moving my hair. I feel like my left eye is now just broken slightly. Everything feels slightly blurry. But okay, so we are outside of the space station. I don't know what these panels are supposed to be, but they look pretty bad, to be honest. Pretty bad. So we can move with the stick. But only right and forward? Yeah, left and back do not work. Oh, you can on the trackpad. Just about. But as I said, the trackpad's a different size on the index. A different size and shape, so it's not quite as easy as that. It says to fix something, right? Finish the battery upgrades on module 1. But it's given me no information on... Like, how do I go up? No, not pause menu. Resume. If I look up and go forward, it just goes that way. The other stick is rotating me somehow. I think it's just flicking me. It's just doing a 180. Okay, so the other stick does nothing. Oh, the triggers. It's the triggers. I don't know where the battery modules are. I'm supposed to be... is it these? I don't think so. Okay, we'll just go for a fly around. We've got 54% oxygen. We're going to die. We're going to die in space. For a for a second, I thought that was the sun. And I was like, they're not even trying anymore. Again, I don't know if these nebula and planets or stars, whatever they are actually how it would look were you in space. I've not spent enough time in space myself to say for sure, but it looks like, again, there's been a bit of artistic license there to make it look a bit more exciting whilst you're up here. I don't know. I wonder what that massive yellow blob is. Oh, more oxygen. Lovely. Could do with that. I'm guessing that means we're heading in the right direction then. Hasn't really helped us out with the direction to go, has it? You can only travel in one direction. You can't go up and forwards at the same time. You either go forwards or up. Oxygen? That's not a lot of oxygen, actually. I was expecting more. I guess we'll go over this way. in lack of anything, any other options. Oh, I can go left if I go forward and then rotate the stick left. I still can't go backwards though. I feel like I should be tethered. Am I not tethered? I feel like I should be tethered. There's nothing here, is there? 13% oxygen. Oh no. Oh no. One last look at the planet before we starve?
Low on fuel.
Where's the airlock?
You're running low on fuel. Return to the airlock.
Would they call it fuel? Oh, you can't go forwards and down at the same time, of course. Oh no, we're dead. We're not very good at spacewalks, we've learned that. Let's hit the landing and see what this is like then. Oh, calm down. I don't know why it does that. I don't know why I pressed. So we are...
Hope your stay at the station was worthwhile. I'm sure I'll see you again next time for other missions.
So this is obviously the same pod we were in before, but there's none next to us anymore.
Send me some goodies from Earth. Will ya?
This is definitely not the space shuttle looks. It doesn't have this massive, like... Oh, hello.
All systems are up and running.
I wonder if that's why they're not actually showing you the front of the shuttle that much, because they've taken such artistic liberties with the cockpit. For example, there's now only one, when there were two before.
Starting in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
So I mentioned before about having essentially two options. Does it not have an engine at the back still? Where's its main engine gone? Having either sort of the interactive or the visual novel, or the slightly more interactive, like being the astronaut sort of thing. You could merge them together somewhat. You could be the astronaut, and you could have, like in the initial takeoff where it launched, where it flicked over to the control room and stuff like that in the different views, you could just have a pop-up. This is VR, you can do whatever you want, remember. So you just have a pop-up screen saying like, oh, this is what's going on here at the moment. When you're launching, this is what it looks like behind you. Or in fact, we had all of those screens. Sorry, that's my fault. We had all of those screens inside the cockpit. So you can have those screens showing the various views rather than this this slightly weird third-person view on the space shuttle where it doesn't have any engines yet it's still producing thrust. The space station is... What's over there? You still see that nicely? Yeah. Yeah. I try not to be negative about games, but unfortunately I have been slightly disappointed by this. I was quite excited by... You don't get a lot of this stuff. This used to be the sort of stuff that you'd get in VR all the time. And it's now very much focused a lot more, I feel, on games rather than these short experiences and everything. And I think really this is where VR has a real chance to shine. I always liked the VR museum app, so you could just go to either a real museum or like a made-up museum, but they have like very nicely detailed models of the paintings or sculptures. I always liked that sort of thing, because I'm probably never going to go get to see the Mona Lisa firsthand or the Statue of David or anything like that. So seeing them in VR is at least... Oh, the one I had as the Sistine Chapel, wasn't it? Where you could look at the scene for the Sistine Chapel. That was amazing. It was so highly done. And that was, again, without any actual access to the chapel. He didn't get to go in there and take high-resolution shots. He just managed to cobble it together from what was available. So I do like these sorts of experiences. I think that there is a real benefit to these existing. I think this is really what excites me about with VR. Imagine if you were like a physics teacher and you were teaching about space and this was slightly better in a few months, and you could just like bring a Quest in. I don't know if it supports. Well, so you can connect Quest to a PC. You bring in your game of PC, you connect your Quest to it, and then you show your students this. You sit a couple of them in it and you show them what it's like to take off. You put one in for the takeoff, one in for etc. Whatever. I think that's an amazing way to teach people the experience of something that you would never get to or I'll rephrase that, something that you have such a monumentally slim chance of experiencing yourself in real life. I will never get to fly a space shuttle. They don't even exist anymore. This is gone, decommissioned. I would never get to sit in one of these and fly into space and go to the ISS. That's never going to happen to me. So yeah, it's amazing that you can actually have these experiences. It would be a bit nice, like I say, if it was a bit more like you could have the option of actually inhabiting it with the full astronaut experience. So we're starting to hit the atmosphere now, so we're starting to get the nose cone heating up significantly. So we're getting that flame tail that comes when you are going through the atmosphere fast enough to generate enough friction to get that heat going. I'm not sure we should be at this angle. I feel like... Where are we? Is this the USA now? Or is this North America? I can't really tell anymore. We started... And I've got no idea. I'm not even going to try to guess. I'm not even going to try to guess. And then it's going to flick to an entirely...
Through the region of maximum dynamic pressure now. Deactivating autopilot.
Oh, hello.
Commander, it's your mission now.
Okay, but I can't actually see anything. Oh, hit rotate and stuff worked. Oh, I'm actually flying it. Oh, that's because there's a... I'm actually got to land this thing. So triggers don't do anything, it's just the left stick to control, I think. It's kind of nice that you control it at all. Again, we have this very weird square of geometry that is actually rendered, and everything else is just ocean. This is a land called Squareonia. So it doesn't look like I have to worry about speed or anything. I guess it's going to get me close to the runway, then it's probably going to do a cutaway, I'd have thought. Because this seems like a really dangerous place to put a space shuttle landing strip. Like in the middle of a mountain range, floating as well, I notice. It's almost like it's buried in a volcano's caldera, isn't it? That's what it feels like, and that seems like it's very dangerous. So we're going to come down all the way here, because we need to actually get slightly closer to the ground, I would have thought. Flaps down. Gear down. Yeah, low altitude. I'm trying to land. There are, of course, just a couple of planes at this airport, weirdly. Oh, that counts. That counts. Perfect. Now there should be some parachutes coming out, yeah?
Welcome to Earth, Commander.
Mission success. Excellent. Well, I didn't die. I only died in one of the 4 missions. Go me. So there we go. That was Space Explorer. So a huge thanks to the devs for providing me a chance to take a look. I do appreciate it. I really, really do. I am slightly negative about the game, but hopefully the devs can take that stuff on board, and if it's too late for Space Explorer, maybe a sequel where they can look at doing something a little bit more... with some things mildly improved to make it a little bit better, I would say. Yeah, because it's the sort of thing that I'd love to see done to a really nice level. I'm not talking like AAA game, sort of anything like that, blah, blah, blah. Just slightly better in a number of areas so it doesn't feel like... it does at the moment, I think is a nice way of putting it. But there we go. Thank you again. Hope you enjoyed that. If you did, hit that like button. That'd be really appreciated. Comment, subscribe, all those good things. Don't forget I stream every Wednesday at 7 PM UK time. It'd be wonderful to see you there. This week is going to be the last Satisfactory stream, so come along and say hello. Let me know what you want to see stream next. I'm probably going to do a poll if I have a few options. So come along, drop some options on the chat or put it in my Discord or Twitter or whatever. Let me know what you think, and we'll see what we're going to stream after Satisfactory. If I don't see you there, I'll see you next time in some of the magical VR adventure, and as always, thank you very much for joining me.